creates awareness and it also gives you that guide into flourish. I love it. I think it's great. So, what do you think, JJ?
So, JJ, thanks. And I appreciate you disclosing, that your husband has type 2. Um, I think it will for sure help the audience, okay, and be able to relate and know that you know what they're feeling. So, why don't you tell us your perspective on how you think, you know, emotionally the feel part for people that have diabetes? Like, can we start there with the emotional, the piece? And honestly, it could be, we can relate this to different diseases as well, right? Like, but in particular, right now we're talking about diabetes. So how do you think people with diabetes emotionally feel with this diagnosis? Yeah. Well, I heard so many good things there, Coach JJ. Number one, I heard judgment, right? So the feeling of being judged in the beginning. And that I think, yes, we need to really be aware of. I have a course, a class actually, for people with diabetes. And the first thing I go over is to not judge yourself. And if it's a loved one that you're showing up for, or if you're a practitioner, just to be aware because judgment will, stop any progression. So to clear the judgment. So I heard you mention judgment, right? Like just and being aware of that. Yeah, I think it's absolutely. And it's something to be very, very aware of for everyone involved. Um, because that could be the breaks. So that's so important, so important. And yeah, so I think we even hit on that last week. I can't remember now, but I think we did. But I also heard you really talking about feeling being in touch with your own physical body and what's going on and feeling what your body is saying to you, right? So that's another thing, so that brings up a lot of self-awareness. Charity, I'd love for you to chime in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things is being able to get quiet. I think that's the main thing, at least in my experience. I mean, our minds every day, especially, if you have kids, you have a job, you have a mortgage, you have pets, you have other things, other responsibilities. I mean, everybody has such a full life. And it's difficult or challenging to get those, even if it's 5 minutes um, of quiet time, just to quiet your mind, recenter yourself, check in with your body. Are you feeling pain? Are you feeling discomfort? Are you feeling, um, what are you feeling? I think that's the point, is to be able to drill down through, for instance, just to paint a visual. If let's just say that you are the earth, the soil, and the ground. um to be able to get to that, you've got to penetrate through concrete and asphalt. So think of, I guess, the everyday activities of life as the concrete and the asphalt. And if you can sit and you can get quiet, you can be that drill to get down through and to reach that soil. And what a beautiful place once you reach it. You have the opportunity to check in with yourself, to see how you feel, to go literally in your mind to the different places of your body where you feel restriction, where you feel heaviness, where you feel pain, any sort of discomfort, and figure out what that is.
Yeah, I think that's so important because we carry a lot of our physical pain, right, is due to emotional pain, which, you know, that's something else to be aware of. That's a whole different topic, but it's something that we should really have awareness about because because it's real, right? Our physical reactions to something emotional And I always like to just bring the analogy up of crying, right? When we get sad about something, we have a physical reaction. We have tears. Um,
Mhm.
and it just shows the physical body response to something emotional. And we need to know that, that goes on in our bodies every day. So, where are we carrying things? Where are, when I have a patient that shows me a list of 10 medications, I know that there's a lot more than the physical going on here. And my goal then is to have that person explore themselves. And I think, again, starting with feeling is it's so critical, like physically feeling your body, feeling your pulse. I'm alive.
Right.
I'm alive,
But it's not something that gets a lot of attention each day or a lot of mindfulness each day, is to check in with yourself and see how you are.
I agree. I agree. And when I try to practice yoga at least 2 or 3 times a week, and it doesn't need to be anything difficult, but when I sit on that mat and I go into, say child's pose, all of a sudden I'm in touch with, my knees are touching my abdomen, and my chest is touching the floor. All of a sudden I feel my body, I feel my being. And yeah, I think it's just so, we live in, both of you have mentioned different aspects of our daily round, our daily day, dogs, children, husbands, wives, carpool, this, that. um but when we don't take that time to get in touch with our physical being and our, emotional feelings, it could be disastrous, really. So, I think, just starting to feel yourself, I think that's so powerful.
I think it's powerful as well. I think it is. I think that well, being able to detect and stop those and stop just interrupt, I guess. Interrupt the flow of the thought, the stressful thought, or what's going on with bringing in your awareness to it can also help.
I love that, JJ. And and you feel right after you do that morning ritual, we're talking about feeling. You feel different, correct? Yeah, just getting in touch, right? I love it. Getting in touch. Charity, comments.
I agree with it. I agree 100%. You have to get in touch with yourself. You have to start paying attention to your body. If you wait for the big red flag, then that could be a problem, I think. But if you start listening now, little by little, you establish this baseline, you know your body, and you know when something's not right once you do that.
Yeah. I love just saying that wherever you are, your journey has just begun, right? Because we can start
Mhm.
our journey at any point. So wherever we are, um, just know that this can be your starting point, right? So if there are red flags there, if they're subtle, if they're loud, whatever it is, we can start now. And Charity, I know you have a gift for us. I want to call it a gift because I think it is. But you have an exercise, right, that we can end the show with and that you can share with us so that we can utilize we can utilize this tool during the week.
Absolutely, I do. It's just a short guided meditation, and it's just going to allow you to get in touch with your body. Um, just something small to start off, so you can get a feel. And if everybody's ready, I'll go ahead and get started.
I know I am.
All right. All right. So let's take in a big deep breath, a good deep cleansing breath in through your nose and hold for 4 seconds. And then let the breath out very slowly, very controlled until your lungs are completely empty. Feel your body relax as your breath lets out. And then let's take another deep breath in through the nose. And we're going to hold that for 4 seconds and then let it out very slow, very controlled, and relax as your breath slips out of your lungs. And one more time, we're going to take a nice big deep breath in and hold it for 4 seconds. And then let the air come out of your lungs completely empty. Now let your breath go back to normal and visualize. Start at the top of your head. Check in with yourself. What does your head tell you? How do you feel? And as you move down your body, let's go to the ears and the sinuses. Check in there. How do they feel? And we're going to move on down. We're going to go into the throat. What is your voice trying to express? Let it go. Move on down. Let's go to your heart. How do you feel? Can you focus in on your heart pumping and the beat of your heart? And let's move on down the body. Let's check in with your stomach. How does that feel? Are you hungry? Are you not hungry? Are you thirsty? And we're going to move on down further. We're going to go down to that sacral chakra. How are your emotions? Check in with yourself. How do you feel? Is something worrying you? If it is, go to it. See what that is. But don't hold on to it. Let it go. Let it flow. But you should acknowledge it. And down a little bit further, let's go on down to that root chakra. What keeps you grounded? What keeps you centered? And moving on down, let's go down, round in the knee area. Let your legs relax. Check in with them. Any pain, any discomfort? Can you visualize the blood circulating through your body from head to toe? And now let's check in with our feet all the way down to our toes. And now take another very, very deep cleansing breath in through the nose. Hold it for 4 seconds. And then slowly and controlled, let it out your mouth. And as you do, repeat this affirmation. I am strong. I am powerful. I am strong. I am powerful. I am strong. I am powerful. Okay, I know that was kind of quick and off the cuff, and probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-record it and splice it in at the end.
I loved it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you.
And I was so into it.
Good. Well, okay, so